A very good afternoon to you and a warm welcome to UBC Weekly News Roundup. It is the 5th day of September 2021. I'm Lauryn, Masika, Kazimonto. This afternoon, we take a look at some of the stories that made headlines throughout this particular week. Now we'll start off with our first headlining story this afternoon. President Yoweri Museveni this week described as pigs those behind the murders happening in Greater Masika, saying that their time is up. Now he was commissioning prison officers at the Kololo Independence grounds. Take a look.
President Yoweri Museveni Tibuhaburwa has passed out 364 prisons officers, including cadet assistant superintendents and non-commissioned officers.
On this 31st day of August 2021, hereby commission and pass out 97 cadet assistant superintendents of prisons.
Speaking at Kololo Independence grounds in Kampala, President Museveni reiterated that Parliament, police, judicial and prisons should play their role as stipulated in the law, cautioning them against torture.
Your job is to detect, arrest, prosecute, in some cases defend. Very clear and simple. So one of your jobs is punish us according to the law. If they say so and so should be hanged, you are raised. And the person is legally hanged. If they say you keep this man here for 100 years, that's your job. You just keep opening, clocking.
Museveni broke silence about the ongoing murders in Greater Masika.
Like these people have been attacking old people in Masika. Imagine old people, 80, 70. They find them in their homes. They murder them at night with the clubs and so on. And they think that these are political actors or strategy. This is no strategy. You are finished now. You are finished. I think it's unfortunate that they have caused the death of these old people, but those groups are finished politically, because once we bring evidence in court and say so and so is the one who sent these young people.
He didn't mince words, referring to the criminals as pigs.
To kill an old man of 80, where will you be? Where will you go? You have nowhere to go. You are finished. Everybody will see that you are, I normally say pigs. And don't say I'm the one who said it is Jesus.
Museveni applauded the prison's leadership, formulating their counterparts of the UPDF in professionalizing the institution, saying the future is bright.
With the discipline, with the good health, with the training, there is nothing that will stop you going up. And where we are going, the public service will be better remunerated. Now, remuneration is not so good.
The Commissioner General of Prisons, Dr. Johnson Byabashaija, applauded government for increasing their budget.
The budget has increased by 150%. I don't know whether we are not the only institution who have got this boost of the budget. And it has enabled us, Your Excellency, to continue constructing low-cost staff houses.
The commissioned officers will be deployed to serve in the 259 stations, housing a total of 65,147 inmates countrywide. Bernard Higa, UBC News.
Now, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, said that this week she lauded the European Union for its unwavering support in social and economically empowering the marginalized communities in Uganda. Now, Mrs. Janet Museveni made the remarks in Moroto district, where she met the European Union heads of mission in Uganda.
Greeting the EU ambassador, greeting the ambassador of Ireland, and greeting the ambassador of Italy.
As I was here before, as you heard somebody already say, I was here to begin many of the things that are happening here now. So I want so much to see what has happened since, and so this is an opportunity for me to see this institute standing here as it is. I can't thank the Irish government and through the embassy enough. And so to you, our friends from the European Union, please know that Uganda government and my ministry value our relationship. We thank God for what we have done together in this country and in the Tibet sector, both here and elsewhere in the country.
Now, the education is something that perhaps is, along with security indeed, one of the key ingredients to help this region to catch up, or at least to move at the same pace that the rest of the country is moving. Maybe there is need to have an accelerator here. Maybe there is need to try to fast track what government is doing in education, particularly here, to give chance to people to reach. Probably it will take time, but reach where others are already today.
In terms of vocational training, over 3,500 young people have been trained to date in vocational skills in Karamoja region, and that includes 51% women. Many others have been supported by Ireland in cooperation with the government through primary and secondary levels. But, Minister, more investment, as you very well know, is needed as this region commercializes.
So a facility like this, such facilities are needed. I'm told it's only one in this region, but I must thank you for the work that you did. We've inspected the drylands project, many schools have been built, also many dams have also been provided, and we are going to work with your mentorship to see that we add on what you started.
All right, now government this week has assured the general public and in Greater Masaka in particular of total security. Now, the Minister for Information and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, said this while briefing the media about the security situation in Masaka and other national issues.
Is slowly returning to Masaka sub-region after heightened demobilization and heavy security deployment across the region. Though there is necessary fear and tension, no incident has been registered in the last 4 days across the entire Masaka stretch.
The situation continues to improve, and there is no cause for alarm, especially for the population in the Greater Masaka area. The security and intelligence in the ground, working with the people to ensure that they get to the bottom of the matter, but also all those behind this, whether it's those who are directly causing the murders or those behind them, will be known and will be brought to book.
Information and Communication Minister Dr. Chris Baryomunsi advises all Ugandans to remain vigilant, alert, and not to act in fear.
We would want to request the population not to panic because of those leaflets. If they find that kind of information or saturating messages, let the people alert the leaders and the police, and then those who are saturating those leaflets will be apprehended.
He also advises those summoned by police in regards to the Masaka murders to cooperate with the investigators.
I want to confirm that they were summoned, and my advice would be they should honor the summons and interface with the police and answer any questions which may want clarification. Because the public has been challenging the police and the state to act. And of course, in the course of investigations, if our operatives, our security, our intelligence lands on any information, they have to process it. If, for instance, the people who are arrested say Baryomunsi is involved in one way or the other, police will call me and say, the suspect has said, you did this, and then I will answer the questions.
Baryomunsi also disclosed that the Vice-Chancellor Victoria University, Dr. Muganga, has been set free following the recent arrest.
And unless a suspect is resisting arrest or is violent at the time of arrest, there is no need whatsoever for the arresting officers to create scenes and arrest somebody in a humiliating manner. So they should remain civilized when they are arresting an individual.
Government also acknowledges that the vaccination effort is to be fast-tracked with the importation of more vaccine doses.
Even tomorrow, the Minister of Health, I think, will be receiving about 648,000 doses of Moderna. So, like we've been receiving, but beginning this month of September, going into October, November, we are going to be receiving many more doses.
Dr. Baryomunsi also made a clarification about the debate of the do's and don'ts of incoming travelers, especially through Entebbe Airport.
We don't want to pick other variants through these travelers. So the story which was saying government has suspended the testing of incoming travelers for 2 weeks was false. The 2 weeks came in because the committee which was handling said, let's give ourselves 2 weeks. We go to the airport, we visit, we assess the preparedness, we see any gaps and we close them, and then that decision will be finalized of expanding and testing whoever is coming into the country.
Robert Onyango, UBC.
Now, the State Minister for Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, was this weekend in Greater Masaka to assess the situation that has created fear among the locals in the area. Ivan Kahwa with more.
Security chiefs have met in Lwengo district over the brutal murders being conducted in Greater Masaka, where 26 people have been killed by machete-wielding men. 69 suspects have been arrested in connection to the murders.
By this morning, a good number of them were being processed for appearance in court, about 11 or so. So that is as far as suspects are concerned.
The Minister of State for Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, believes that the perpetrators are spreading terror among the population.
Their choice of method to push whatever agenda they are pushing is not tenable because it's unpopular. You can't choose to kill Ugandans for whatever reason. It's not justifiable. And that one itself, I think, is good for us in government and for the public because it can turn around against the bad people.
More logistical support and police officers have been deployed to improve on their mobility while patrolling in these areas where these murders are being conducted from.
And response, we brought in even technical means. The canine section has been reinforced, and the other technical aspects which I'm not at liberty to mention here. We've also brought in other specialized teams from forensics to assist in the case build-up.
From the first reported case, the style of killing has been changing from waylaying those who are moving back to their homes to breaking. The question is, how long will it take for the security operatives to ensure that no any other life is lost?
That's why we want to go deep to understand this problem. Why Masaka? Who are the perpetrators?
Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Masaka City.
Minister for Kampala, Masika, this week led a team of KCCA officials to Buganda Kingdom headquarters in Bulange-Mengo for a working visit. Now, during the visit, Masika asked the Katikiro of Buganda to assist popularize the Emyoga project. Take a look.
Kampala leaders have visited Buganda Kingdom to introduce themselves to Buganda Kingdom and also look into ways of alleviating youth from poverty. The leaders were led by Kampala Minister Masika, who asserted that Buganda youth have been led astray by the political wave, hence the need to be sensitized about the Emyoga project.
Since he has also accepted, we shall get time and ask him on our behalf to teach people of the youth in Kampala, because sometimes when he teaches, they listen. So we need him to assist us like he's been assisting us in villages in giving out seedlings of coffee. He gives seedlings, similar seedlings, but people prefer taking particular seedlings than UPDF seedlings. So he will assist us also in that program.
The Katikiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Mayiga, informed the delegation from the Ministry of Kampala that the Kingdom is ready to work with them.
For that reason, the Kingdom of Buganda is very ready and willing to work with the civic authorities in charge of Kampala and the political authorities in charge of Kampala, so that we give our face a deserving look. The city of Kampala has certain things to be worked on. For example, cleaning it. We can work together, we can initiate programs for cleaning up the city. I think cleaning the city is one of the simplest things we can do, because it may not be as expensive as infrastructure. As an example, but we can work together and we clean the city. We can plant trees and vegetation. We can work together in endeavors to create jobs, especially for the young people.
Charles Peter Mayiga says the Kampala Ministry has a duty to play following the poisoning of the minds of the youth in regard to activities of government.
Anyone who understands that the Kabaka is the custodian of our heritage is welcome here any day, any time. And I very much want to work with the politicians from the central government, because both you and us serve the same people. When we work together, the ordinary person is going to benefit. So, you coming to Bulange is a very good gesture, especially when you are still young in your appointments. And we shall do whatever it takes to ensure that your service to the country is successful. And we shall always be around to render you support as you support us. And we work together for the benefit of the people of Buganda and all Ugandans.
He says there is need to work together and serve Ugandans irrespective of their political affiliation, tribe or religion. The Katikiro warned politicians from over-politicizing projects that seem beneficial to the electorate. Sudat Kaye, UBC.
The Minister of Internal Affairs, Major General Kahinda Otafire, this week assured the people of Greater Masaka that government is committed to ensuring an end to insecurity. Now, Otafire was meeting members of parliament from Buganda sub-region and asked for their cooperation to bring peace in the area.
They cut both my hands. The thumb of my left arm was chopped off. The right hand was completely cut and it has just been reattached.
A 61-year-old woman in Chango, Kazosel, Chotera district, Maria Joseph Nachanzi, is the latest to survive the brutal grim of death after an attack by machete wielding assailants.
Now, what will I be able to do? This worries me. True, I am still alive, but I am in much pain.
The killings that started in July have claimed lives of 26 people in Greater Masaka, with reports that the attackers are spreading their wings to other districts in the central region. Minister of Internal Affairs, Major General Kahinda Otafire, has summoned leaders in the Buganda region for a meeting aimed at finding solutions to the insecurity threat in the region.
That I'm responsible for internal security. Internal security involves everybody in this country. These people I was meeting are the elected leaders of Masaka about what we are doing to ease the situation and to ask for their cooperation, for them to also participate in the eradication of insecurity in that area.
Otafire said, working with leaders in the region, the current insecurity will be stamped out.
I can assure the people of Uganda that we are going to do our best to overcome, to eliminate that insecurity. We are going to do our best as government to eliminate that insecurity. But you see, it takes two to tango. I am appealing to the local people of Masaka to help the security organs to overcome that insecurity situation.
Meanwhile, the chairperson of Buganda Caucus, Muhammad Mwanga Chivumbi, dismissed allegations that the murders are politically motivated.
If there are people who want to gain support and to remove government through other means, you can't go and machete them, kill them, and at the same time seek for their support. So for us, we urge government to desist in putting on the political spectacles on this matter. We believe, and strongly so, that this matter is a security matter, can be addressed fair and square, and it's their responsibility.
This is included. Who do you talk to? Do you talk to the bishops? Do you talk to the politicians? Yeah? If politics is part of the problem, how do you sort that out? Do you talk to the bishops or the politicians? Yes, if politics is involved. And it's also unfair to generalize and say all the leaders, elected leaders of Masaka are involved. No, some may be involved, but others are not.
Legislators have now set off to Masaka to interface with the affected, whom they believe will speak out on who is behind their troubles.
We want to find out the nitty-gritties, whatever is happening in Masaka. Yes, I know we have received reports here and there from the minister, but I think it is not enough. When you have eyes on, it's always good to be informed when you have eyes on. Masaka is next to Kalangala, and we have a saying in Buganda, omulirano gw'ekyabiri. You don't know what might happen in Kalangala, so I want to go and find out.
Over 60 suspects have so far been arrested. At least 10 suspects were remanded at Masaka prison on Wednesday after being charged with murder. Bernard Higa, Parliamentary.
All right, with that we come to the end of the UBC Weekly News Roundup, but we take you to Tokyo, Japan, where we're having the closing ceremony of the Paralympics 2020, an exciting event that you do not want to miss right here in UBC television. From me, I wish you a lovely week ahead of you. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimonto.